I don't want to get too far away that I miss too much time. Just there and back, just a quick shuttle, right?
Yeah. I don't want to go. I want to pretend to go.
You didn't want to go in the movie either. We found
that I related to
a crazy shoe drop right there.
But I do think it's fun to talk about, like, though we're in a period of time where we're not really saying, like, it feels like the conversation has shifted away from are there aliens to more like, where are they and when are we going to see them?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, the question growing up was definitely the other version of, are there aliens out there? Now it's like, oh no, there's definitely aliens out there. Just are they with us right now? Is the conversation. Right?
Yeah, I don't think that they're like crashing.
Yeah.
You know, like this whole idea that they're like coming to Earth and then they're like, what? Like they're losing the brakes. Like, what happens? Like, oh no, the brakes. Like they're not. I don't think they're crashing. That's all I know.
If they're technologically advanced to get here, they're
not losing brake fluid on the way in or whatever the hell happened.
Oh God.
But I do think Andy put this, like, all this thought into this idea of, like, okay, so maybe they don't come to us, you got to go to them. Maybe, like all this stuff, like he exists in his own atmosphere, right? So you can't even, like, really be in the same place with him. He has to make this kind of ball to be in. He wouldn't speak the same language. He wouldn't have the same kind of features that we have. Like, it's a pretty, like, credible stab at what that might be like. You know, It's done in an entertaining way, but it does feel like it's very scientifically grounded in a way that I've never really read or seen before.
Yeah, I do remember, I listened to Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about stuff a lot, and one of the things he's often said about sci-fi films is the lack of creativity in outer space and extraterrestrials. Like, they're always like bipedal, and like they just have weird eyes, but they still have hands, and it's like, no. This thing probably is going to be unlike anything you've ever seen. And you guys accomplished that perfect. I mean, with every facet of it, right? Like the astrophages.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, Jason.
Yeah, man.
Okay, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Okay.
Just casually dropping an astrophage. We watched the movie.
We get it.
Okay.
Let me ask you another silly one. I love asking dumb questions. If you had to show an alien one movie, which one would you show him? It could be any movie in the world.
So his name was Rocky, right? And then I realized, we were making this film with MGM. And I was like, wait, you guys have all the rights to all the Rockies, right? And the Creeds? And they were like, yeah, of course. And I was like, well, I have to show him all of them. So we watched all the Rockies. We watched all the Creeds. I think that's a good choice. I think showing an alien Rocky is not a bad way to go.
Which Rocky is your favorite?
The first one, just for the whole, but this story, but like he had to sell his dog.
It's an interesting.
Do you know that?
I've seen it so many times I forgot.
Stallone had to sell his dog to get this movie made. And then when he made the money back from the script.
Well, you're talking about in real life?
In real life, he sold his dog.
What?
Yes.
You can get that much money for a dog? We got to see what Patty's worth. No, I'm sorry.
He sells his dog. Then when he sells the script, he buys his dog back, and that's the dog in the movie.
Stop it.
Like the levels to which what was going on for Stallone, it seems, in his life and the story of what was happening for Rocky are so closely linked. That there's like a meta-ness to the first one that's hard to beat. But I like the Dolph Lundgren one. That one's amazing. The training sequence there, like the futurist, him with the, like out in the with the log in the snow.
Yeah, 4 is just like a guilty, just like so. It's like you're eating the most luxurious chocolate cake of patriotism and like masculinity you can indulge in.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1 is I do find myself.
The speech he gives in Balboa to his son on the street is also, when does that not work if you need it?
Right.
Everyone in Philadelphia still uses that speech every day of their lives.
I mean, I'm getting goosebumps even just thinking about that speech.
What about Over the Top?
Little trucker arm wrestling action? Yeah, baby.
Because sometimes in life you got to turn the hat around. Sometimes there you go. Sometimes you just got to turn the hat around, guys.
So good.
That movie, talk about ridiculous, but still a guilty pleasure.
That'll make me cry. The way he is with his son, those pep talks he gives him.
Yeah, that'll get you going.
He's the greatest, like, pep talk. That thing in Creed where he says to him in the mirror, that's your worst enemy or your, like, greatest opponent. I mean, he's just Stallone.
He's epic. He still does it in Tulsa King too. I've been stuck on that fucking show. Love it. What's the next, big guy? Are we sticking in the sci-fi? Are we like Star Wars movies next? How do we get right? Is there a sequel to this? Are we already thinking how we're gonna do this?
I'm hoping Andy has an idea because I would love that. I just finished a Star Wars film, which will come out next year.
Awesome. What? Really? Oh shit!
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Are you able to give us any information on that? Like, what's?
It's not part of the timeline of the other Star Wars films. It takes place in its own timeline, and it's all original characters, and it's directed by Sean Levy, who did Deadpool, Wolverine most recently, but he also, the Stranger Things, and just so many things, The Night at the Museum. He's such a perfect director for this. He just completely got the tone. And it was crazy. It was crazy to be working on a Star Wars film.
That's so awesome.
Are you guys Star Wars fans?
I love it. I mean, I wouldn't say like we're as plugged into like the very minor like minutia, but yeah, very big.
Yeah, same. It's like I didn't see it until I was older, but I had Star Wars sheets.
Oh yeah, definitely had everything Star Wars.
It was always around, even if I hadn't seen it. It was just it's like the Beatles. It's like always been there,
Correct.
And you don't realize how much a part of you it is, how it defined your idea of what's a hero, what's a villain, what's score, what is font, what's a sound effect, on all the levels. It just is so permeated like my sensibilities as a person who likes film. I didn't know until I got there just how deep it went, so that was interesting.
Well, you just said good and evil. Are we part of the Empire? Are we Jedi? Like, what are we?
The problem with the reception. It's
fair enough.
There's a little lightsaber that's just going to come in and just said too much.
All right, we're going to get to this section. We got to ask.
Okay.
All right, your co-star in Blade Runner, Harrison Ford, was on Jimmy Kimmel and was asked if he has had sex while playing soundtracks in his films. And his answer was, of course, it's a dumb question. Ryan, we have the same question to you, I guess. Is that?
No, that's a hard no. That's an easy no.
It's surprising. Yes, of course, from Harrison, I guess.
But of course, Harrison has. I always say, like, never meet your heroes unless they're Harrison Ford.
Yes.
He's as cool as you want him to be. He punched me one time in a scene, and then when they brought me ice for my face, he took the ice away out of my hand, and he put his fist in it, and he said, "I forgive you." And then when they brought me Advil, I was like, went to take 2 Advil, and he took the whole thing. He just went and he housed 15 of them.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
He's not like us.
Oh my God, I love this dude.
He could just house half a bottle of Advil as a joke.
Just a chair.
He's just good. When I think it's Raiders. When he's riding and his hat kept coming off. When he's riding the horse, he stapled it to his head.
Just to his scalp.
They were trying to tape it, and he said, "Forget it. Give me a stapler." And he stapled it to his head.
Is this like a well-known thing about Harrison Ford, that he's just a lunatic?
He's not like us.
He's one of those aliens among us, man.
He's that guy.
That is fucking hilarious.
That line where she says, Princess Leia says, "I love you," and he goes, "I know." That's him. He said that. That's him. He's the real deal.
Oh, what a legend, man. Is it true you were suspended from first grade because you brought steak knives and started throwing them at kids at recess?
I didn't throw them at kids. I might have thrown near them. I think I might have just been doing them in the ground, but yeah, I did get in a bit of trouble for that.
Nice, man.
Well, you're speaking to two other. I was expelled from police with stabbing a kid with a sport.
What?
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it with something, a spork is.
Well, and it was also it was a retaliatory stab.
Right.
It wasn't like I was just like, psycho in this and just stabbing random kids.
And the dullness of it would just really, you just hurt in a different way. It's just like more like psychological.
Oh yeah, no, it broke skin. It broke skin. I saw it. It broke skin.
It was not good. Not good. Anyways, how do you feel about being the unofficial face of Taco Bell inflation?
This is the first I'm hearing it. What is this?
The beefy 5-layer burrito, 89 cents.
Really?
And the beefy 5-layer burrito now, $5.36.
I'm not getting a dime for this. I'm not even getting free burritos for this. Oh my God. Is that real?
I would assume so. I mean, it's real on the internet.
Oh my God.
I guess it's real now.
The internet is undefeated, man.
Undefeated.
Internet's gonna internet. That's one thing you can count on.
What is your Taco Bell favorite? I mean, I don't know if you do Taco Bell. Bad space. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm more of a cheese and gordita crunch guy myself. All right. Do you have a welcome to Hollywood moment?
Oh. Like what? Like what do you mean?
It could be good or bad, or like something where you're just like, oh, this is Hollywood.
Right.
Where it just dawned on you. I mean, it's hard, I guess, because you were in it so young.
I had a moment at like a party where I was trying to sneak in and out, like just to not, whatever. I went in through the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I saw Stallone. He was hiding in the kitchen too, and I got to talk to him for like.
He was hiding in the kitchen too.
Yes. And he had just been such an inspiration to me in so many ways, and like I got to talk to him in the kitchen of his party. It just felt like such a pretty Hollywood moment, But he didn't disappoint either. He gave me great advice, and he was like, he was just how like that went down how you would hope that it would. What's your Hollywood moment?
Oh yeah, I ain't got a Hollywood moment. We got NFL moments. Travis might have one.
The closest thing to Hollywood moment for me was I was doing SNL, and I was already like, I have no fucking business being the host of SNL. And as I'm doing the table reads, which I can't read at all, so I am like already nervous as hell just to try and get through the reads, let alone having all these writers come up to me trying to get me to really nail that punchline. I'm sitting here like stuttering through everything.
Same, by the way. You're not alone.
Will Ferrell just comes kind of coasting through, and I just like freeze in the middle of my read. I'm like, full circle moment of like being at SNL. I've only like watched SNL because of guys like Farley and Will Ferrell and Sandler and those guys. So it's like to feel that man come walking through and see me struggling trying to read a script was like a full fucking. It was a clusterfuck, and in my head I was just like, "What is life?"
He's the best, man.
Just the absolute best.
Another one that I had too is when I went involving him was like when I first moved to Hollywood, I went to see the taping of a talk show, and one of the guests was late or something, so they had us like sit on the floor, and then they were like throwing Three Musketeers at us, like to feed us. It was just awful the way they were treating everyone, and we were all like, "This sucks." Like, it was not the experience we wanted. And then we showed up and we sat in the audience, and like telling us when to laugh, and everything felt pretty like rehearsed, and it just wasn't like aligning with what you wanted it to be. And suddenly, this was before Will Ferrell was known, but he started like pretending he was lost on the set, so he would like show up behind the host and then like move along and then get lost. And we were all like, he was crashing this person's interview. And it was so funny, and it just made the whole experience for us. We were like, this sucked until he showed up, and now everything's better.
Yeah.
He's always like that. Like, I'm not surprised to hear you were having a hard time and then Will Ferrell showed up and suddenly things got better, you know? He's just like...
It's so crazy. Let me ask you this before we get out of here. I know we usually end on the Hollywood moment question, but you were obviously in Hollywood at a young age, and a lot of what you were doing was music. Have you ever thought about like kind of venturing or like getting back into the music side of things or having more of a career in that?
I feel like it's been cool to be able to do it in some films, you know, to find a way to explore that. I mean, I kind of got in here. My uncle was an Elvis impersonator, and so it's how I came home one day when I was 8, and my uncle was bedazzling a white jumpsuit in the living room. And I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm going to be Elvis for a little while." And I was like, "Okay."
Hell of a statement.
So he became Elvis. He was like doing karate in the backyard and talking like Elvis and wearing the outfit in the house. And he was showing me how to like method act, basically.
So not even at like birthday parties or events. He was just doing this. Yes. He was just Elvis.
He was just going to be Elvis for a little while, full time.
This is so good, man.
But then he put us all in the act. So he said to me, "You're going to be my head of security." I'm 8. You know?
This is so good.
He got me like a gold lame jacket that said head of security. And like, I was serious. I was like, okay, that's my job. And then he would perform at the mall. And, you know, like, it kind of changed everybody's life, right? Like, we all felt like we were hanging out with Elvis. We felt like we had seen Elvis. The whole town was like, came alive. People were singing and dancing and they had their talents. It was this amazing impact that he had. And then he decided not to do it anymore and everything got real boring again. But my sister and I were like, "Can we do that again?"
Yeah, we do. I want to keep doing that. Yeah.
We kind of liked you better as Elvis.
My sister and I started singing at weddings. You know, that's where the music thing kind of started. It just felt like a way to stay in that vibe, you know, to keep not go back to normal life, to just keep going with the circus, you know. So then music became a thing that I was doing, you know, just as a way to stay, to keep things from becoming normal, you know. And again, and then, you know, I found acting and then I found filmmaking. And so it kind of was the thing to get me there. But, anyway.
That's awesome, man. Well, Ron, I appreciate the stories. Thank you for your time, dog. Everybody, Project Hail Mary in theaters Friday, March 20th. Make sure you see it on the biggest screen possible. Brother, I just want to say, man, you're one of my favorites of all time, dog. From La La Land, Crazy Stupid Love, bro. This is so cool to just pick your brain on how you got here, and happy for you, man. Project Hail Mary is it's a home run.
The fact that you guys would have me knowing I'm a liability at the corner is to say, it's like means a lot to me. Honestly, it like legitimizes that.
We're all about team play.
You know?
Yeah, we're team play.
That was a team move.
Thank you.
You and Charlie Conway, the only guys that pulled themselves out. The team would get better. Anyways, you're the best, Ryan. I appreciate this.
Thank you so much, guys.
Dude, that guy is an electric SOB. He is not.
That's correct.
Yeah.
This is not what I'm doing. I spent almost as much time there, but I said no.
Nice.
Well, but I consider it my second home.
Well, while they're remodeling the home, maybe Disney will let you stay in the palace as the queen that you are.
I think it's so funny. It's like, aren't there terrible things happening in the world right now?
Okay, we don't need to talk about that. I love you, Mama. Love you, Mom. Travis is screaming, I love you too.
Oh, tell Travis I'm so happy he's going back. I'm thrilled for another year.
I love you.
As long as Mama approves, I'm doing the right things.
Say bye to Mom. Stop cheating.
Yeah, can't wait to see what Mom's house looks like. All golden windows and bulletproof glass and all. Yeah.
I mean, the TMZ article got 24 million views.
Oh.
Insane.
In the membrane.
Insane in the brain. All right, and let's get to the actual biggest news coming out. Travis is coming back for year 14. We talked about it a little bit up front. Trav.
Yeah.
What? How we feeling?
You know, feeling good about the decision. Feeling excited. Been texting with a few of the guys on the team. Just ready to get this thing fucking going. And it's as you know, it's not a just in-season thing. It's something that I truly believe you need an entire off season to get the body, the mind ready for training camp alone, and then training camp you start to get that wear and tear and like kind of build your own armor of toughness to like get you through the season. It's a year-long thing that I'm excited to get going, and I'm excited to be around the guys when OTAs come around and start to really mold this team and get that mentality back to where it needs to be. That determination, that expectations of excellence every single day, and doing it in our own way where we show our personalities, we get this thing fucking rolling.
Dude, I'm excited to see it. I'm as a fan of my brother and as someone who loves watching him play, I can't wait to watch him play for another season. Very excited also about the Kenneth Walker signing because that guy is a beast.
Can't wait to meet the old Super Bowl MVP. Man, that guy is just fucking unbelievable.
He was explosive all year round. And, when Charbonnet went down, he really got the chance to be the featured guy for the most part, like up in that carry load. Like, because you always wonder, sometimes these explosive guys, when they get the full workload, if it's still got that pop, and it still had that pop, baby. So, I'm not the only guy excited for you. Your teammates are all posting stuff. Patrick Mahomes posting the carousel. She's what is this alarm clock in the plane? What's that mean?
It's not a plane. It's a bow and arrow.
Typical Travis Kelce, Kansas City Chiefs celebration. Then we had Chris Jones on Twitter. We are so bad. A lot of people pumped up. Man,
I'm just as excited to be joining forces with those two guys, man. And I think we all kind of had talks at the end of the season. Like I said, I was always pretty optimistic that I was coming back. A lot of people in the building knew that, but wanted to kind of give it some time and refocus it and let the Chiefs make some moves and figure out a lot of things first to make us an all-around better team. But then, we kind of talked about some of these things as the season ended. Like, man, how are we going to never let it get to this fucking point again? And I think we're all three, especially us three right there, being at the helm and being here the longest and feeling like we have the most, leadership and accountability on the team in that aspect. So
no doubt.
Excited to get back in the building with my guys and get this thing cooking.
Well, we just mentioned Kenneth Walker on offense. Obviously, the offense has gotten better, it would appear, through the first short stint of free agency, but we have lost some defensive players. Trent McDuffie signed a huge contract.
We're a few guys signed some big contracts. Trent McDuffie went to the Rams. My guy Jalen Watson, Paper Cups, went to the Rams. They got two unbelievable corners and guys that are going to fucking come into work every single day. And I'm happy both of those guys got paid. And then on top of that, we got Brian Cook, B. Cook, over to Cincinnati. He's back home representing Cincinnati in the hometown for the Bengals. Also got paid. And obviously, you're happy for these guys, but man, you hate to see them go because of how much you love playing with them and all the blood, sweat, and that you put into the offseason.
In an emotional moment that touched fans deeply, football superstar Travis Kelce opened up for the first time about his 3-year, $57 million contract extension with the Kansas City Chiefs, a team he has proudly represented for over a decade. For Kelce, the deal represents far more than financial success. Speaking on a recent podcast, he didn't highlight the dollar amount with pride but instead spoke with sincerity and reflection. He explained that the contract symbolizes trust, loyalty, and years of dedication. When people see $57 million, they think of money, Kelce said, his voice heavy with emotion. But for me, it's recognition. It's the trust this organization has placed in me. For Kelce, staying with the Chiefs was never a difficult choice. The team is more than just where he plays, it's where he grew, evolving from a promising young athlete into one of the greatest tight ends in NFL history. His journey, however, wasn't always certain. Early in his career, injuries and questions about his discipline cast doubt over his future. At times, the pressure felt overwhelming. I thought it could all end very quickly, he admitted. But the Chiefs never gave up on me, and I never gave up on them. Kelce credits Kansas City for providing the environment he needed to succeed. With strong coaching support and unwavering belief from his teammates, he became an essential part of the team's identity. More than anything, Kelce emphasized his deep connection to the city itself. Kansas City isn't just where I work, it's home, he said. This city city has embraced me as one of its own. You can't buy that feeling with money." Fans echoed that sentiment immediately after the announcement. Social media was flooded with messages of support, celebration, and gratitude, showing just how much Kelce means to the community. While the contract carries significant emotional value, it also brings new expectations and pressure, but for Kelce, it's a responsibility he's ready to embrace.